Baboon TV presents 9 Crazy Weapons for Death. Number 9. A toilet lid. In 2006, Marvin Hill killed his 28-year-old mistress, Christina Eubanks, after deciding to end their affair. When he tried to break it off, an upset Eubanks had threatened to reveal the nature of their relationship to Hill's wife. This sent Hill, who was working on a plumbing problem throughout the argument, into a rage. He mercilessly struck his lover with a toilet lid until she was no longer breathing. The 49-year-old then placed a dog leash around her neck and dragged her lifeless body to his vehicle. He disposed of it in a creek near the home he shared with his wife. Number 8. Smothered in breasts. Residents of the Airport Inn RV Park in Everett, Washington were shocked when their neighbor died after being smothered by girlfriend Donna Lang's breasts. Witnesses recall that earlier in the day, in a drug and alcohol-fueled state, the couple began arguing. Lang, who was significantly heavier than her boyfriend, body slammed him to the ground. Neighbors heard a struggle between the two, with the male shouting for his disgruntled girlfriend to get off of him. By the time officers arrived, Lang was unconscious on top of her partner, who was no longer breathing. Medics performed CPR, but it was of little use. He was pronounced dead on arrival at Washington's Swedish Medical Center. Number 7. An Xbox. She wouldn't die. I fought her like I was fighting a dragon, said Darius Johnson, who confessed that he had murdered his girlfriend Monica Gudin on Easter of 2013. He said he had killed the woman because he felt that she had a hold on his spirit. More specifically, he needed to kill someone that fell under the astrological sign of a Taurus. Monica Gudin was nowhere close to being a Taurus, by the way. She was born in the month of November. Number 6. A prosthetic leg. Deborah Hewitt, a homeless woman from Lafayette, Louisiana, was found guilty in the slaying of 47-year-old boyfriend Dwayne Ball after beating him to death with her prosthetic leg. Ball's decomposed body was recovered 6 weeks after his demise. He had been choked, beaten, and stabbed. The number of wounds and weapon that were used indicated that Hewitt had clearly left him for dead. Number 5. A 10-pound jar of pickles. In 2010, Daniel Kovacic, 16, was sentenced to 5 years of probation for the January 22nd slaying of Dwayne Hurley inside his North Ridgeville, Ohio home. Hurley, who was an acquaintance of the Kovacic family, was beaten to death with a 10-pound pickle jar after the teenager claimed that he was subjected to several years of sexual abuse by the family friend. He testified that the abuse had gone on for nearly 3 years, and as a form of reward, Hurley would give the 16-year-old cash and gifts in exchange for his silence. On the evening that he murdered his abuser, he confessed to the court that he had simply reached his breaking point after Hurley solicited sexual favors in exchange for using his car to go on a date. Number 4. A ricin-fueled umbrella. On September 7th of 1978, Georgy Markov was walking across the Waterloo Bridge to catch a bus to his job at the BBC. He suddenly experienced a stinging sensation in the back of his right leg. He turned around and locked eyes with an unfamiliar male who then picked up his umbrella and hastily ran off after apologizing. Markov never really thought much of the incident after that. He wrote it off as merely a bug bite. Later in the day, he noticed that the bite had become inflamed and the stinging sensation had yet to dull. This led Markov to mention the incident on the bridge to at least one of his colleagues. By the end of the workday, the middle-aged writer had developed a high fever. He was admitted to St. James Hospital, where he died 4 days after his run-in with the mysterious man. A post-mortem investigation was conducted. Medical examiners retrieved a ricin-filled pellet from his right thigh and labeled it as the immediate cause of death. To this day, detectives have not found Markov's assassin. Number 3. Canned vegetables. In June of 2015, prosecutors filed charges against Linda Jackson 2 days after she savagely beat her boyfriend, 59-year-old David Ruiz, who died from the severity of his injuries. Number 2. A spoon. In 2003, a heroin addict, Richard Clare, was charged in the murder of a fellow junkie. A spat had taken place between Clare and Timothy McGee, who took a blow to the head with a dessert spoon and died shortly after. Number 1. Poison. An unidentified man from the São de José Rio Preto, Brazil, accused his wife of lacing her genitals with poison and then asking him to perform oral sex. The man became suspicious after noticing a potent toxic odor emanating from his wife's privates and opted to take her to a local hospital. Medical tests concluded that her vagina was drenched in poison and she had no choice but to fess up. It was there she admitted that she had planned on killing her partner. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos.